Welcome to an introduction of Mirific's integration with Schneider Electric EcoStruxure IT Advisor. Mirific's integration seamlessly enhances the work order capabilities of IT Advisor. The work plan is properly executed, including interdependencies between tasks. Procedures and regulations are followed, including task-specific best practices. All task details, including time, resources, and users, are recorded, ensuring accurate accountability. Workers have the needed information for critical tasks at their fingertips. Work status and communications flow in real time. Finally, workers are safe and resources are protected. Let's explore how the integration works. IT Advisor organizational structure, asset types, and assets are replicated to Mirific, allowing Mirific to fully leverage IT Advisor contextual information in tasks, asset views, and reports. Work orders created in IT Advisor automatically create Mirific tasks that preserve the work order information while incorporating Mirific workflows and policies. As the task moves through its lifecycle in Mirific, the task status data is automatically pushed back to IT Advisor. Now let's demonstrate the integration between IT Advisor and Mirific. As you can see, we will be starting with IT Advisor. Note the locations and navigation tree in the top left corner of the screen. These represent the organization and locations defined in the IT Advisor system. All of these items will be fully replicated to Mirific to provide the same navigation experience. For this demonstration, we will select the Boston 1 data center. We will also select Planning, Asset Provisioning in order to create a new work order for installing a device. Since we are adding an asset to a rack, we will now select the target rack for the new server installation. The next step is to create a new work order. Once the work order is created, it can be customized. Now let's enter the appropriate summary information, select a date of tomorrow, and set the priority to high. We will also enter a note in the comments field. Now we are ready to create work order tasks. Select the server type to be installed and drop it onto the rack at the desired U location. This action creates the Add task for the device and the Add Power task for the right side PDU. Next, we will edit the asset to indicate a left side PDU connection, which will create another Add Power task for the left. The final step is to copy the note to each task and then save the work order. Note work order 0085 has been created and is not started. Now let's move over to Mirific for the next part of the demonstration. Now let's continue the demonstration using the Mirific app on a tablet. As you can see, we are at the home screen of the Mirific app. Let's select My Organization, then switch to Tree View mode and expand the tree. Note the organization structure and locations match that of IT Advisor. Now let's select Boston, followed by the actions for Boston. This brings us to the Actions panel for the Boston location. There are many capabilities and features available from this panel. For the purposes of this demo, let's select Assets, which will display the list of assets in the Boston location. Selecting the asset at the top, which is a server in the U8 position of B1R5C08 rack, we can see the details of the assets such as the name, description, vendor, model, etc. Note that all of this information is sourced from IT Advisor. Let's return to the Boston Actions panel, then select Tasks, which will display the list of tasks in that location. There are 3 tasks in the list. Each task begins with a unique task identifier followed by a task name. Notice that the name of all 3 tasks begins with 0085, which indicates the IT Advisor work order number associated with each task. The first task is the installation of the new device. The second and third tasks are the right side and left side power connection tasks. The state of each task is displayed just below the target asset for the task. The first task is ready while the second and third are marked ready blocked. The blocked tasks are dependent upon other tasks being completed first. Finally, notice that none of these three tasks have an owner and are displaying a Claim button on the right side. Let's press the Claim buttons and take ownership of all three. Let's return to the Actions panel for Boston. Another way to view the tasks are in the Task Schedule, which is a Gantt chart view. The Task Schedule view displays all three tasks, and as we scroll left and right, we can see that the bottom two tasks are dependent upon the first task. Now, let's select the first task and open it. The main panel of a task is comprised of three areas. First, the task summary information displayed at the top shows the task name, state, owner, scheduled start and stop times, as well as a progress indicator. Second, the Task Actions button bar displays the most often used task actions. And third, the button bar at the bottom toggles the lower part of the panel between the Workflow view and the Details view. Pressing the Checklist button displays the available checklists for the task. The startup checklist must be completed before any work on the task can begin. The startup checklist indicates that we must view the safety reminder, so let's navigate back to Task Details, then select Photos and Documents, and then select the safety reminder. After viewing the safety reminder, we can back out, then select Checklists again. Now we can complete the startup checklist item. Notice that my name as well as the date and time are recorded. Let's return to the Task Workflow panel and set the task active. With the task in the Active or Work in Progress state, the message bar now indicates that the work checklist requires attention. Let's select Checklists again to navigate back to the work checklist. The work checklist has three checklist items. The first work checklist item requires verification that the device to be installed matches the requirements of the work order. The device matches the requirements, so we will complete the first item. The second checklist item requires entering or scanning the serial number of the new device. Let's enter that manually and complete the item. Finally, the last checklist item tells us to install the device in the appropriate location. The installation is complete, so we can complete the final item as well. Now let's return to the Task Workflow panel and stop the work. The final step is to complete the task, so let's select Complete Task. Mirific is now telling us that the shutdown checklist must be handled before we can complete the task. Let's navigate back to the Checklists panel and review the shutdown checklist. The shutdown checklist requires that we confirm a clean work area and that the rack is properly secured. This has been done, so we can complete the checklist item. Returning to the Task Workflow panel, we can now complete the task and return to the Actions panel. The two remaining tasks associated with Work Order 0085 can be completed with similar steps. Note that Mirific is very configurable, so the task workflow and checklists for power connections can be different from Add Device tasks, Move Device tasks, and Remove Device tasks. At this point, all of our tasks are complete. Let's finish the demonstration by returning to IT Advisor. Note that Work Order 0085 has been marked complete thanks to the Mirific integration. Integrating IT Advisor with Mirific allows data center operators to leverage the power of Mirific. Customize task instructions to the requirements of the facility and specific types of work. Execute tasks targeted at specific assets and locations with information provided by IT Advisor. Collect important data points during the task execution, such as user input, barcode data, and photos. Utilize task dependencies to ensure that work is completed in the proper order per IT advisor requirements. Associate documents and photos with each task, ensuring that workers have the required information at their fingertips. Delegate tasks to vendors and contractors without compromising system security or exposing proprietary operational data. Finally, the integrated chat channels allow real-time communications between workers and supervisors. For more information, please visit the Mirific website. Thank you.